What's up guys, Random Razor here with another tech video for you guys today. And today we bring us a quick in-depth review of the Speck Candyshell for the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. So of course without further ado, let's slap this on the iPhone and give you guys my full in-depth review. Like the Speck Candyshell grip I reviewed a couple weeks back, the Speck Candyshell is basically that case without the grip portion for those of you who like the standard look of the Candyshell. This particular model here obviously is the black model, but also comes in a variety of other different colors such as red and white. As most of you know, the Speck Candyshell is a long-running case available since the iPhone 3G, and generation after generation has been improved, but the overall design has remained pretty much the same, featuring this fused silicone and plastic hybrid design that's very easy to install and use, but also very protective as well. To install this case onto the iPhone is very simple. Like many snap-on style cases, just go button side first and it'll just snap into place. So taking a quick overview of the case and what it has to offer. On the top of the case here, the bezel is covered up all the way around with the silicone material. Moving on to the left side of the case here, the volume keys are also covered up with the silicone material. And of course the power button is covered up as well. Each corner of the Speck Candyshell is separated by this silicone material, which gives it a lot more flexibility when uninstalling and installing the case, but also does a great job at absorbing more energy impacts, since generally when you drop a phone, it usually hits the corner. Moving on to the bottom of the case here, we do have three individual cutouts for the headphone jack, lightning port, as well as a speakerphone. And finally on the back of the case, we do have a generous cutout for the flash, camera, and third microphone, and of course the Speck logo imprinted on the back. Overall guys, my first impressions on the Speck Candyshell for the iPhone 6 is of course very positive. I've always been impressed by the Candyshell every generation of the iPhone, just because it's such a simple, iconic design that's been around since the iPhone 3G, and for good reason. People love the case, super protective, very easy to uninstall and install, and also a stylish looking case in my personal opinion. The other thing that I really love about the Speck Candyshell for the iPhone is because the iPhone is wrapped in that silicone molded material, it does a really good job at not just protecting it from drops but also sealing the iPhone against dust and debris that might get in between the case and the iPhone itself. A lot of cases out there, yes, they protect your iPhone from drops, but not a whole lot from sealing it from dust and debris, which can potentially scratch your iPhone even though there's a case on because of the movement of the case or when you're taking it off. Here's also a quick comparison between the 5S model of the Speck Candyshell and the 6, and as you guys can see, not a whole lot has changed. Obviously the 6 version is designed for the 6, but nonetheless the iconic design is there, and it's a great design that I come to enjoy to use as one of my go-to cases, and of course many other people as well, considering it keeps coming back for every generation of the iPhone. In terms of the cons or things I don't like about the Speck Candyshell, the only thing I mentioned, like pretty much every generation of the Speck Candyshell, is the glossy finish on the case here scratches extremely easily. So it will accumulate scratches and scuffs and that all the time. You could argue, of course, it's better having it on the case than the iPhone, but I do like to keep my cases, nice and clean looking. But unfortunately, this is such a scratchable finish. I do wish Speck included some sort of scratch resistant coating or something to prevent that, or at least resist it. Speck did introduce a matte version last year for a limited time for the 5 and 5S model, so hopefully we will see that for the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus for this year as well. Here's a quick comparison between the regular Candyshell as well as the grip Candyshell here. In terms of which one looks nicer or is better, I do prefer the grip functionality wise, just because it obviously gives you better grip when you're holding the iPhone, and also it sticks to the surface of the table more when your case is facing downwards. The regular Candyshell does look a lot more cleaner in my opinion, so it comes down to whether or not you value the extra grip or you just like the cleaner look of the regular Candyshell. In conclusion guys, I definitely recommend the Speck Candyshell for the iPhone 6. It's a design that's been with us for a number of generations for the iPhone, and for a good reason. It's protective, functional, easy to install, and also a great looking case. If you guys have any questions or comments about the Speck Candyshell for the iPhone 6, ask me in the comment section there down below. And as always, I'd like to thank Speck for shooting this out for review. Hit that like button, as always helps me out, and I'll see you all next video.